What strikes you immediately when you think of loftiness? The avoided loftiness? The acquired loftiness? Or the loftiness conferred on the wrong people? One who loves his motherland as much as his own life is a lofty man. He belongs to the first category, who spread the fragrance of humanity far beyond themselves. At a time when the nation was slowly but surely precipitating itself into the cruel arms of monster, of destruction and of hell, there came forward thousands risking life and limb to confront the enemy and erect the tower of freedom as high as the nation wished. In the aftermath of such a recalcitrant era, Sri Lanka has become the only country that looks after the welfare and morale of the nation's freedom fighters, who laid down their lives and sacrificed vital parts of their own bodies without any hesitation for the supreme cause of protecting our motherland. Conceived in the mind of Brigadier H.I.K. Fernando and executed by the then Commander of the Army, Lieutenant General P.H.D. Silva, Ranaviru Apperal is the first of its kind in the world, empowered by disabled soldiers from the battlefield. In a 5-acre block of land donated by the philanthropist David Merrick Pierce, and another land bought at a concessionary price, supported by a day salary of ranks and files of the Army, and a financial contribution from the Apperal Exporters Association, the first Ranaviru Apparel factory was opened in Yakkala. Under the leadership of Major E.M.G. Vikramanayaka and 90 others representing various ranks of the Sri Lanka Army, facilitated by 25 machines at that time, the factory was introduced as a professional rehabilitation center for disabled soldiers. Due to the sheer commitment of the disabled soldiers, the factory became a fully fledged apparel producing facility on 10th December 1998, with 250 machines and 6 production lines. Ranaviru Apparel is a fine mixture of professional experience and military training, nurtured by discipline, endurance, cooperation, example, targets, determination, commitment, and the mutual respect of senior and junior ranks of the Army. Ordering goods and items, taking delivery of apparel, storing, registering according to supply and demand, classification of apparel, computerized model designing, cutting uniform material efficiently, and recutting their finer edges, applying the Ranaviru Apparel trademark, sewing various parts using high-tech machinery, and upon being sewn by different production lines, ironed using an advanced process. Quality checking, handing over the garment pieces to a protective storing facility is a memorable experience, a fine-tuned result of mathematical equation. In sharp contrast to exploitative measures of certain garment factories, the management of Ranaviru Apparel think and act totally differently. Piped music around the clock keeps the stress away. The short interval dedicated to a clean environment, refreshing tea break, lunch break, and the team mentality that follows all these things are the factors of success of Ranaviru Apparel. Currently, the Ranaviru Apparel of Yakkala is proud of supplying as much as 65% of the whole demand of the Sri Lanka Army. The 5S method too has contributed a great deal to this end. Under the direct guidance, supervision and care of the present Commander of the Army, Lieutenant General Dayarat Naika, the Ranaviru Apparel in Yakkala, having expanded the machine capacity up to 500, is a large-scale garment factory and has recently opened its sister factory in Alawa in order to raise the existing output and capacity to higher levels. Alawa Ranaviru Apparel is an investment of 56.5 million rupees, the entire amount of investment coming out of the profit of the Yakkala Ranaviru Apparel. It is fully committed to achieve the target of 100% Army apparel demand in the very near future. Given the determination of the two factories, the day when the full uniform needs of the 200,000 strong Army cadre is not long away. The successful forward march of Ranaviru Apparel, ably supported by over 1,500 Army soldiers who have sacrificed their limbs on behalf of their motherland, are supported by the physical and mental strength of the entire Army. Blessed by this, Ranaviru Apparel stands by the heroic men who need to forget the bitter experience of a brutal battlefield. Having finished the day's duty, the fruits of their farmland rekindles the nostalgic memory of an unforgettable village life. The factory that reminds us of the saying that all ranks are forever young turns itself at a time into a center of education, breaking its own record set previously. The daily increasing capacity, both at the institutional and individual level, this factory provides to be an ever-flourishing center of education. Having received the latest technological know-how and skills, the Ranaviru Apparel Brigade, under the able leadership of the present Commander of the Army, has embarked on an ambitious project of production diversification. Exceeding a net profit of 700 million rupees, this special group of men have annually saved some 175 million rupees for the government and the public of Sri Lanka. in recognition of their untiring service rendered. Ranaviru Apperal has received many national and international accolades. Among them are Taiki Akimito Excellence Award, conferred for 5S method compatibility, National Productivity Award 2010-2011 for large-scale production industries, and the Silver Award given at the National Green Awarding Ceremony 2012. These factories, employing brave men with physical disabilities sustained during their tour of duty, already outsmart the standard of those so-called able people. The determination, skill and capacity of these disabled brave men O lofty men, courageous brothers, you are the shining example to those with body but no soul.